Hello, everyone, and welcome to Purposely Positioned Podcast Season Finale. Listen, I am so excited that the season has come to an end. Not because it's coming to an end, but because we have accomplished so much in season one of Purposely Positioned Podcast. Listen, I'm so excited about what God is going to do in your lives. Listen, I've learned so much. I hope you have learned so much. I just wanted to take some time tonight and recap a little thing, give you a little word that God gave me, and we're going to be on our way tonight, okay? So listen, with Purposely Position Podcast, I hope every episode put you in a place of questioning yourself, doing self-examination of just you and where you're at in life, your faith, your journey, your community of believers, where you're at. Are you aligned with God? Are you doing His will? Are you purposely positioned in God? I hope every episode challenge your thinking, your perspective in that way. And I wanted to let you know with Purposely Positioned Podcast, this assignment God gave me, and I would say from the beginning of the podcast to now, I have learned so much. I have grown so much. And despite fear, despite trying to make this look away, sound away, I just had to really just flow in God. And God told me pretty much, you don't have to be perfect, nature. You have to be impactful. So if God has given you a vision, if He has given you a dream, if He has given you an assignment, I challenge you just to go forth. Take the leap of faith. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to say yes to God. And when you say yes to God, He's going to supply all of your needs. He's going to give you all the provisions. He's going to send you the resources. He's going to send you the people that's going to help you carry out the vision, because you can't do it alone. Can't do it by yourself. So He's going to send you all of those things. And despite those days where you feel like I can't do this, like it's not in me, those are the days you're like, you know what? Decrease yourself, increase you in my life. I say that daily. God, decrease Datrea and increase you, because I want to do His will. And I know as I'm doing His will, He's gonna be there to support me. He's gonna guide me. He's going to talk with me. He's going to give me the direction, the instructions that I need. He's going to be in the midst. And listen, in this room, we have had some phenomenal conversation with some amazing women who have shared so many golden nuggets and tips on how to really be positioned in life despite what the situation was like. So a quick word. I had the opportunity to speak at the church on Sunday. And what God downloaded in my spirit is, let's get in position. And what He told me was, as we get in position, there's a couple things we have to do. We have to tear down idols. Idols can be anything that is taking your time away from Him. So that can be watching TV. That can be scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on TikTok. That could be, talking to your friends. That it could be all of these things. And God really wants us to be in His presence. He wants us to take time for Him. He wants us to meditate on His word. He wants us to fast. He wants us to pray. And sometimes He wants us to sit in silence. He wants us just to be quiet so He can download everything that we need. And in this season of my life, I'm just learning to be quiet and being still. And when I tell you, that was very uncomfortable for me. As you can tell, I love to talk. But I had to learn how to be quiet so I can hear God's voice. So I can hear it clearly. So when He tell me, Datrea, to go, I can go. When He tell me, Datrea, take this left, I can take this left. And sometimes when you have so much noise and you're occupying your time and space with so many different things, you can miss direction and instructions from God. And we don't have time to do that. We do not have time to miss the instructions from God. We have to be aligned with His will. So that way He can get the glory. So that way He can do great and marvelous things. We don't want to be in the way of God. And oftentimes we are in the way of God's plans, because we want to take our own personal detours. We want to do our own thing. We want to do our own will. And God is saying it's time out for that. We have to be in position with Him. And sometimes what He does, He gives you a opportunity to reset. So reset could look like fasting and praying again, sitting in silence. He just wants you to be in a place so he can truly download things into you. Just like your phone, your iPad, your watch, all of them are required to have installation of downloads. This is the same thing for your spiritual side. Like he wants to download his word in you so you can carry out the assignment. And again, you can't do it alone. You have to do it with God. So I challenge you to understand you have to have faith in all of this. All of this is a faith walk. So if you don't have a faith journey yet, or you feel like you're at the beginning stages of your faith, hold on to what you have. All you need is a mustard seed. All you need is a mustard seed of faith, and God will water that seed, and that seed will continue to bloom and grow. And you need that in this time. You need to hold on to your faith. I say believing is a choice, and faith is an action. So we have to carry out what God is telling us to do and seek his presence. And when you seek his presence, understand when you go into his presence, oftentimes we like to say, God, I desire. But no, go into his presence with a different language. Go into his presence saying, God, I thank you. God, I thank you for your grace. God, I thank you for your mercy. God, I thank you for being here right now. It may not feel good. I may not like what's going on. But God, I thank you for being right here in this room with me. And when you start to thank him for his glory and thank you for his presence, he starts to change things around. And sometimes we also think you may not physically see it, but God is always working. He's always working. Even when you don't see it, he's there. He's orchestrating things on your behalf, and he brings you in at the right appointed time. And when he does that, he sends you confirmation. God will send you confirmation on the assignment. You just have to make sure you're in the right posture, in the right position. So I challenge you to question and say, hey, am I doing everything right? Check. Say, God, check my heart. Check my mind. Check everything around me, making sure I can align with what you want me to do. And when you do that, that's when you start to become positioned in God. So I challenge you to think about that. As I mentioned before, we have learned a lot, some phenomenal women, and some of the key things that I took away was starting with Minister Shalina. She talked about us walking out in our faith and how sometimes faith can be uncomfortable. We want things to be comfortable. We want things to be like right here, like right now, but that's not how it works. And she talked about how God have took her through her cancer journey and how God healed her. And her slogan is, it was good that I was afflicted. And that's hard to say. That's hard to say when you don't have faith. So she talked about building our faith and walking by faith and not by sight. And then we went on with Sister Cambria, and she talked to us about becoming a difference maker and how she didn't want to leave from God's presence, how God brought her out the wilderness, how God restored her in so many different ways. And if God can heal Shalina, if God can take Cam out of the wilderness, don't you think he can do the same thing for you? He can do the same thing for you because he's the same God. Yesterday, today, and forevermore. And then we learn how to be a great leader in the workplace. When you're trying to lead people and you want to be spiritually sound, Jennifer Huffman downloaded some great nuggets about leading authentically, and seeking God for prayer and understanding, and when you're trying to lead people in the workplace. And she dropped so many different things, and she talked about Nehemiah and his leadership in the Bible. So I urge you to go read that chapter, the Bible. And then we went on to Lady Danita Winston. She talked about us, going from chaos to clarity, and in the household, and how we have to set boundaries. We have to set boundaries with ourselves. It's okay to say no. Say no to people, say yes to God, right? Having that effective communication with our children, our family members, and being able to have a house that is represented and allow God to fill the house with his presence. Again, we're talking about God's presence. And then we talked with Natasha Saunders about not letting our spark die. How we're going from dreams to destiny. How God's timing is so important. How we don't want to fumble the blessings He has given us. How we want to, again, decrease ourselves and increase Him wherever we go. No matter what the situation no matter what the situation is, no matter how we feel, we want to operate in the Spirit of God. And then we had Pastor Tony that told us that we can grieve and we can grow, and how forgiveness is so important. And sometimes, we have to dance with it at a different level. We have to sometimes, understand, okay, God, this may hurt. I may have triggers. I may be experiencing so many things. I may not be able to mourn properly. But God, whatever you're doing, allow me to do it at a different level. And she said, dance with it. So I encourage you to take some time to go back and rewatch these episodes, because these women drop so many golden nuggets about just things in life that we experience. And I hope as you listen to these episodes that your faith is restored, that like, God, if you did it for them in their situations, you can surely do it for little old me. God sees you. He knows where you are. He knows your heart. You belong to Him. Despite what no one says, you belong to God. And you belong to, I'm just going to say that. You belong to God. You belong to God. So I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for the support. I've had so many encouraging words and text calls. I had people come in the grocery store and different events like, I saw your podcast. I was like, what? Like, oh my gosh. I'm so excited that I was able to encourage people. My whole thing from the beginning of the season, I said, God, I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted to have this right sound, and I wanted to look this certain way. And He told me, He's like, it doesn't even matter. You want to be impactful. You want to touch that one person that's going through, and you're going to help them, pick up themselves and say, hey, I can get through this. So I hope that you learn something and then you can share it out to other people, to your network, whatever you're learning, whatever God is telling you in your season. We don't go through things just to be going through things. We go through things because God is allowing us to learn something, so that way we can encourage someone else that's maybe going through. Time after time, I've went through so many different things, and I wonder, like, God, why am I going through all of this hardship? Like, why I'm experiencing all of this pain and hurt, and I just don't understand. But this one time, God would show me why I went through it. Why I went through it, and He makes it so clear, and he tells me, but Datrea, I had to carry you through that storm so you can tell somebody on the other side that, hey, I made it through, and this is how I made it through. And you're going to give them instructions that I gave you at that time, and you'll be able to give it to that person, and they're going to use that to get through their storm. Okay, so understand, God not just taking you through things just because. It's a assignment attached to that storm. So understand, God is always in control. You're always purposely positioned in God. He wants you to know that He covers everything in between. So people, please be encouraged. Please be encouraged by Purposely Positioned Podcast. I'm so excited about season 2. We already got some things in the works. I'm excited about what God is going to do in season 2. We're going bigger and better, and we're going to do whatever God tells us to do. So stay tuned. Rewatch the videos on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe is what the people say. And follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And again, just thank you for supporting me on this assignment and this journey. Okay, faith is not a sprint, it is a journey. And for the last time of the season, remember, you're not here by chance. You are purposely positioned in God. Be blessed. Bye.